The Knicks brought in Malcolm Brogdon late in the summer on a non-guaranteed deal, but if you ask him, he's not here just to fight for a roster spot. He's already telling the media that he expects to make this team, and that could mean some very tough decisions are coming for the Knicks front office when it comes to the young guys. Let's break it all down. So this past Sunday, Brogdon spoke with reporters after practice in Terrytown and made it crystal clear where his head is at. He said, quote, "I come here with the expectation I'm going to make the team. I feel what I bring to the table and have to offer, I can help this team. The decision is out of my control, but I feel like I have what it takes to help this team." That is not the language of a veteran just looking for a camp invite. That's someone who came to New York with a purpose. Brogdon even revealed that he turned down other opportunities earlier in the offseason because he wanted to play for the Knicks. This is not some last-minute lifeline. He actively chose New York because, in his words, quote, "Going into my 10th year, I wanted to be in a good organization that is competing and trying to win a championship. I had that in Milwaukee, Boston, and here I think that there's a real shot." That's big because the last 2 years, Brogdon has been stuck on rebuilding teams. First Portland and then Washington, where he barely played due to injuries last season. He admitted that it was frustrating. He said, quote, "The last 2 years I've been on rebuilding teams and that presents challenges for a vet." So now he's hungry to get back on a contender and the Knicks are giving him that shot. Now let's be real, health is always the question mark around Malcolm Brogdon. He's played in just 24 games last season and 39 the year before. But when he's on the court, he's a proven 6th man of the year type of guy, a steady floor general, and exactly the kind of calming presence that the Knicks were missing in last year's playoffs when TJ McConnell lit up the second unit. Head coach Mike Brown has already praised his presence, saying, quote, "He's been great. He has a steadiness about him that is fantastic to be around, especially with us throwing a lot of stuff at the new group." And Josh Hart backed that up, saying, quote, "He is someone who's been in the league for a while and makes other guys better. He does not play sped up." That's exactly the kind of veteran presence that this team could use when Jalen Brunson goes to the bench. But here's the problem. Signing Brogdon comes with a potential cost because if the Knicks want to keep him with Landry Shamet together, who they also re-signed to a training camp deal and who played a big role in last year's playoff run, then the Knicks are bumping right up against that second apron line. That means somebody has to go, and all the reporting suggests that somebody could be one of the Knicks' young prospects. Christian Winfield just wrote about it, and James Edwards of The Athletic before him said the name that keeps coming up most often is Pacome Dadier. At 20 years old, 6'8", 210 pounds, and he has the size, length, and upside that other teams around the league value. Some executives think that he's actually more tradable right now than Kolek or Hukporti simply because of his profile, which does make sense. But if you've been reading the fan reaction, Knicks fans, including myself, hate that idea. Almost every comment says the same thing. If you have to trade a young guy, trade Kolek instead. Fans like myself are arguing that Dadier's upside is just too valuable to give away for basically nothing, while Kolek, who's a guard, might be stuck behind Brunson, Brogdon, and McBride anyway. And that is where the debate gets spicy. Do the Knicks go all in on proven veterans like Brogdon and Shamet, knowing both can help them in a playoff setting right now? Or do they hold on to the young talent, knowing that Dadier could become something bigger long term? For me, the most fascinating part is that Brogdon clearly sees himself as part of the rotation already. He's not talking like a guy fighting for his NBA life. He's talking like a guy who expects to be the backup point guard behind Jalen Brunson on opening night. If that's the case, Mike Brown is going to have some tough decisions to make on how to shape this roster, and Leon Rose may have to move one of the kids. In my opinion, I would probably go the route of trading Tyler Kolek and leaving Pacome Dadier on this roster. Simply because we have a lot of guards already and we need as many wings as possible, which is something that Pacome provides. And I do think that the Knicks would love to do that in a perfect world, but there are two issues right now. Number one is there does not seem to be much of a market right now for Tyler Kolek because he's already going to be 25 next year, so he's not that young. Specifically compared to Pacome Dadier because he is just 20 years old. And the second issue with trading Kolek is that they would not have the flexibility to bring in another veteran in the middle of the season like they did last year with PJ Tucker, who, contrary to public belief, did make a good impact on last year's team by getting them to play with more toughness and communicating more on the court, which did play a part in them getting all the way to the ECF. So let me throw it to you guys. Should the Knicks keep Malcolm Brogdon even if it means trading one of Pacome Dadier or Tyler Kolek, or do you think the upside of the young guys is too valuable to give up this early? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I know this fan base has strong opinions on this one. And if you enjoyed this video and want to support the show, make sure to hit that like button and sub to the channel for more Knicks news and updates you will not want to miss. It's been KNYT here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.